Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Hey. Oh, I thought I was muted for a second there, but I guess I'm not. So, yeah, it's Thursday.
Too bad.
It's Thursday. Yes, I know we're a day late, but that's because we had to call the fine folks over at Sunnyside Retirement Home and ask them if we could have our guest tonight because, you know, he's supposed to be calling the bingo numbers. But they were very nice to allow him out of his room past curfew. So I'm super excited about tonight's show. We had the pleasure of touring with this gentleman all summer. And so I'm going to bring in our special co-host for the show tonight before I bring in the other half of us. Jar Jar.
It's me. Woohoo! I'm back. And yeah, man, I'm so excited. We got to hang out with this guy for two cons, I think, this summer. You guys might have had him for 3. Was he in Georgia as well?
He was.
Oh, so you guys, oh my God. Really? What's left to talk about?
Everything, because on this show, as we mentioned backstage, it is unfiltered.
There are no holds barred.
At the conventions, we had to be rated PG.
Jeff
and
actually had to stop him from telling stories.
PG. So, and Jar Jar, I'm going to let you off the hook tonight. I'm not going to make you introduce the guest. I'm actually going to let Jeff do it.
I actually wrote out a 3-page dissertation.
Well, we'll see if Jeff wants to do it. But
here
he is.
Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday.
It is.
Yeah, I got a night off last night. but it really wasn't a night off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So-
I'm sitting there, I'm eating dinner early on a Wednesday. The fuck is up with that? So anyway, but here we are. I don't want to delay this because I got some shit that I want to give to this dude. So let's just bring him in. Hocus Pocus, Don Yesso.
Oof.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I didn't know whether I was supposed to talk or what I was supposed to do, if I was supposed to do an intro. So I threw
a tap dance.
You know.
Well, I saw you holding up the bingo numbers, so I just figured I'd give you a couple minutes.
You know, you should give the backstory on that. The last time we were together, they said, "What's your next con?" And everybody's going, "Well, I'm going to Miami. I'm going to Niagara Falls, and I'm going to Chicago." I said, "Where are you going, Don?" I said, "Well, actually, I'm doing a assisted living center in what's the name of that place? I forgot it. Austin, Texas, not Austin. Alvin, Texas.
Alvin, Texas.
It was an old folks home, so I became the butt of many jokes, all about wheelchairs, and I mean, we were in a Mexican restaurant having margaritas, and we were laughing so hard. They didn't need the pinata. I was the pinata, and they just beat me till all the candy came out, and it was just.
But it was a good time. It was a good time.
They let me out of my room. They weren't going to tell me that they were going to keep me there. So unfortunately, I'm not really sure. It was canceled. It didn't even happen anyway. So Alvin.
So no stories.
Yeah, so no good stories from there. If I'd have tried to have some fun. So hey Don, but miss you. Oh, okay, but I know. BT, that's another story of of how I met this woman. She came on over in a bathing suit, and her husband just ceremoniously said, "This is my wife, Big Tits." My wife, great to meet you, Big Tits. So we just came up, instead of calling Big Tits throughout the whole convention, we just said, "What's up, BT?" And she just dropped in. So you got to give these backstories, or else the jokes don't work.
Yeah, that's why you're here, right? Isn't that why you're here? To give all the backstories for us?
I'll take all the heat. You guys won't take any heat.
Right.
But so what else? So what else you guys been doing? I mean, I told you what I got coming up. I'm doing this movie with this. Did I tell you that already?
Well, you started to, but Jeff said you have to.
You had to wait till we're live.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Okay, I just got offered this film, and it's with the girl named Alexandra Yesso. And I've never met an Yesso, or if you're a Yesso, you're directly related to me. I'm talking about directly. They came out of the same gonads. So when I saw Yesso, I was like, wow, that's really close. So I can't wait to meet her to see what the story. But anyway, the girl was just appeared in the movie The Exorcist with Russell Crowe, and she was one of the co-stars. She was Julie. So I saw her spinning around in the trailers and shit. So I imagine she got possessed. But I saw some other things. She did a few trailers. And very good actress. I'm looking forward to working with her. She's 5'11". I'm glad I've seen this sitting down. But she is blind by accident, and her father dies, and he leaves her a family farm that's been in the family for 100 years. And of course, I'm the banker who's trying to foreclose and take it away from a blind woman. So this sort of really set me up well with my fans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're going to love you after that.
Speaking of the PC world, not only, I'm not, forgiving the loan, but she's blind, and, and I'm trying to put it in an assisted living center, by the way. And, one of the lines I have. So, you need to go somewhere where some people can look after you. And so it's funny, like, art's imitating life. But yeah, that's about it. We're just hanging out here. I live in Baton Rouge. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Most people think I'm from New York. It's a whole nother story of how the accent came to be about. But that's how I got started in my film career, was because I met the director on a plane, and we got drunk. Well, I didn't get the job because he was drunk, but we started drinking, and he asked me if I was from New Orleans. I said, yes, sir. And he picked my brain. And by the time the plane landed, he said, would you be interested in being in a TV series? I said, yeah, I don't know, act. I mean, I'm a coach. I don't know anything about it. He said, it would be, I just want your voice. So that's how I got started in my whole film career. That was, I don't know, 35 years ago. But anyway, so I don't know where I'm going with this. So you guys, what y'all got on y'all's mind?
Well, no, I mean, you kind of started it off that way. I mean, you were a high school football coach, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. And then I went on out there to California, and they had to send all of the cast to CBS in front of the president of CBS, and some other people thought they were important. And Tim Reed was the star of the show. He was Venus Flytrap from help me out here, WKRP in Cincinnati, and he was a star of the show. And they went in. There was 8 of us, and they said Hugh Wilson was the creator, and Kim LeMasters was president of CBS at the time. He said, Hugh, we love everybody. We think they're all just terrific. There's one guy that you sent so that he don't know how to act. Did you know that? I'm very aware of that. And he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. He said, send me your people. See who you like. Let me see who you like. I'll look at them, and we'll go from there. So he saw 3 people, and he called Kim LeMasters back. He goes, okay, I saw him. I still want my guy. And he says, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. He says, if he's not any good in the pilot, because pilot is what you do first off, before it becomes a series. And he says, I'll shoot the pilot. If he's not any good, I'll cut him out, and we'll recast him. Kim was like, oh, great. I'll have somebody lined up. No problem. So we're in the middle of shooting a pilot, and I've done a couple scenes already. And he goes, Donnie, let me talk to you for a second. So he pulls me on the side. He's smoking a cigarette, real dramatic. And he says, yeah. And I didn't know this story, by the way. I didn't know any of this backstory till right this minute, I'm telling you. And, while we were on the set, he goes, yeah, Kim didn't want you, blah, 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 and this and that and everything. He says, and I told him that if you weren't any good, we recast you. And I was like, oh, shit. My face went just pale. And I was like, fuck. I done moved out here and everything. And he drops the cigarette, takes a deep breath, throws the cigarette down, steps on it, goes, but don't worry about it. We go to series. You come with us. You're terrific. Give me a pat on the shoulder. And I've been here ever since. So,
nice.
Wow.
So, people, he said people like Lonnie Anderson and Burt Reynolds, they were dating at the time, and they were very good friends. He discovered Lonnie Anderson, made her a big star in WKRP. So they'd all have dinner and all, and everybody knew my story by then because I was on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, blah, 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 blah. And so it gotten a really well-known story. And, Lonnie would say, Hugh, how did you ever know the guy could even act? How did you know he would pull it off? He said, I did. He said, I got lucky. So, he could have said, oh, I just saw something, light or something in it, and he was just honest. I didn't know. He said, he sounded like Colonel Sanders combined with Rambo, and I used him.
Wouldn't that be a chicken shit?
Yeah, probably so.
Right.
But, it's all worked out. I've had a great run. And, the reason why I was telling you that story is because, I got to meet you guys at the conventions, from the Hocus Pocus that I did, which all stemmed from that meeting on the airplane. And, when we did that movie 30 years ago, it wasn't a real kumbaya vibe on the set. So, I walked in mid-production. I got recast. Andrew Dice Clay was supposed to do the role. I got cast like 2 days before my scene shot. They'd already been shooting. And he was getting really hot at the time. And they cast him in the role, but he got offered his own film called Ford Fairlane, which 30 years later, nobody ever heard of that film before. $6 at the box office. That thing was horrible. So I stepped in, I did the role, and, I'm doing tours and cons, and Andrew's, I think he's doing in Vegas. I don't know, doing nightclub acts, last I heard. Let me ask you something real fast. I got a friend of mine that keeps texting me, how does she log in to see this podcast? What does she do?
It's either on Facebook, YouTube.
You go to
Yeah.
Facebook and do what?
On
She can
Facebook.
go, she can go to Facebook to Toking with the Dead.
Okay.
And it'll be right there.
And yeah, it'll be live. It'll be right at the top of the thing live. I also believe I sent you in your Facebook chat the social media link for the event. So you could just send that to her and she can click on it and that'll bring her in as well.
Like we're going to do the show. We're going to, I'm going to have to stop and pause and go to Facebook.
Oh, we wouldn't want that, man. We wouldn't want that. Well, you reply to her. The reason I brought up the whole high school football coach stuff.
Well, if they watch it, wouldn't really know how to link on. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Link on to.
Well, yeah, if they click on, it'll bring them right into the show.
To what?
To watch. What happened?
Okay, I'm telling them to go to Facebook and do what?
Go to Toking with the Dead.
So yeah, keep him occupied for a minute.
Okay, I did it. All right, I'm done. I'm trying to get y'all more fans looking at.
Okay, that's fine. I was just going to send you the link. That's all right. But the reason I brought up the whole, go ahead.
She was one of the whole labia talk last night.
We'll get into that after.
Okay. Well, I train a bunch of women. Oh, here I go. I'm really going to just piss all you female customers. But I train a bunch of women who's been with some of them with 25, 26 years. And just, I don't know, we were just in the middle of taking a break and, in the middle of exercise. And I said, what's the first time y'all ever saw a cock? How old were y'all? And I went, I was like 15. I was 17. I was like, and one of them goes, I was 17, but I didn't do nothing with it. I said, well, that's fine. I just want to know what's the first time you saw one like in 3D, So we saw like in Playgirl and stuff like that. I said, no. I want to know 3D version. And so we went around the room. And we all had laughs. And we just do stuff like that all the time.
So now you have to give the backstory because you said you've been training these ladies. So you own a business in Baton Rouge.
Here's the okay. So I was in California acting, and I've probably been out there probably 20 years. And do you remember when the internet bubble hit? When in the stock market? No, y'all might be too young to remember all that. Anyway, it's like in the early 2000s, like, and people are putting all in. I put my whole life savings in these like some internet stock like called whatsupmyass.com, and I lost all my money. So
that one sounded profitable.
Yeah. Maybe I was too early. But so I was trying to support two households, in California, and my wife and my child were living in Baton Rouge. I didn't want to raise a kid in California. Looks like I made the right choice. So I had to come back home. And when I came home, there was no acting. I was in Baton Rouge. It wasn't exactly like, MGM down the street. So I said, the only two things I know how to do now at this point in my life is act and, train people, work out. So I started a little business in a garage with $3,800 I had. And it was an old warehouse. And I had an idea. See, I live in Baton Rouge. And if you've never been here, the Deep South, you cannot survive without air conditioning. Okay. And I got this building and I had an idea to exercise people with no air conditioning and use the heat so that the body's more pliable.
Sweatbox.
Right, a sweatbox, exactly. And so people would come and buy when I was laying out the carpet and I was painting the walls and throwing some sheetrock up and everything. And I was only paying like $450 a month rent. This thing was off by the side of a railroad tracks. And even my old wife came in and she said, you know what? Let me look around. Maybe I can find another place for you that's got air conditioning. That's missing the whole point. Anyway, let's fast forward. It became the most booming gym business in Baton Rouge. 10 years later, I wound up being a special consultant to the LSU football program. We won 2 national championships while I was there. Taught the whole team mobility. They still use my exercise in the warm-ups before each game. And they got fined by the SEC. SEC, not the SEC stock market, the Southeastern Conference, because I was called an illegal trainer and all the SEC schools had to hire somebody with my capacity to teach mobility to all the sports programs. So the only time I've been on ESPN, I was under arrest, not under arrest, but under a bad name. So that wasn't the way I thought I'd wound up in sports. But anyway, so I finally sold the business because Louisiana started a tax incentive to bring the movie business into Louisiana. Well, lo and behold, Louisiana did more film business one year than Los Angeles did. So, the best part of my career was after I came back home. I did the biggest movies I've ever done. Did $330 million Fantastic Four. I did some huge films here.
Right, right.
And then so I sold the business, and after I sold the business, of course, Louisiana got rid of the state tax credits. So I went to business, and everybody moved to Atlanta. And said, you know what, I'm getting too old to chase this puppy. I did 20 years in LA. I did 10 years here in Louisiana. I said, you know what, if it's over, it's over. I'll just private train people. And that brings you up to the group of girls that I've got now. So I took my garage, I made it into a gym. And I got everything you can possibly have in the gym. It's very small. And I put it out to people. I picked up about 25, 30 people that I knew I'd want to work with. And we've been together, Jesus, forever. We've been together longer than most people's marriages. And
Right.
So I still train them. And lo and behold, the actor strike happened. But they now allowing low budget, really not quite sure how to get around this, but they're allowing low budget films that are not associated with Netflix, Prime, or any studios.
So independent. Yeah, independent film.
It'd be small independent.
Yeah.
So I started working again since the woke society is no longer in charge of the independents. They're only in charge of the studio films. And I wasn't going to become a transvestite or change my race. So it didn't look like that was going to happen. So it looked like I wasn't going to work anymore. But now that the independents are up and running, they're hiring me again. So because I was the most hated person in America, I represented white supremacists or whatever. I'm an old white. I don't know. I mean, like I'm supposed to be responsible for slaves. Shit, I was a goddamn welfare kid. I couldn't afford shit. I couldn't own shit. I didn't even own 2 pairs of shoes, much less a slave. So,
oh, jeez.
Tell us how you really feel, Don.
I mean, because the thing is, well, you know what I'm doing? I'm just regurgitating what I've seen. It's just, you're just an old white man, and you represent what's wrong with America. So, and then I look at the reparations, and the transvestites, and listen, look, I don't care. I don't care if you're gay, I don't care. But jobs that I know I'm qualified for, I'm not getting because I'm old and I'm white. And that's the way it is. And I've accepted it. I'm not bitter. I'm not, bitching. I'm stating it for a fact. That's what the fuck happened. I just brought you through my whole career. And hopefully some people will still hire me, which they are, so and if this is it, this is it. If not, well, I'll keep working, I'll keep training. You know what? I just take 1 day at a time. I don't really give a shit, And I've got guys like you that, are nice enough to have me on your show, now, and the thing is that me and you still ask me to be on your show. I'm not sure that shows how smart y'all are, but anyway.
Well, no, wait a minute. Wait, I'm going to bring this up right now because I wanted you on this show because I've got a fucking question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. We were doing an event in Virginia. Okay. And I just want to know what the hell happened when you took my wife and another woman up to your room.
I think those are Las Vegas rules.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You were gone for a while, and I had to I had to send a text.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah. What's the next question?
I'm pretty sure she's watching right now. So,
Right? She's probably laughing at you too.
Oh, what? Just remind me of something. I did the show Jay Leno one night, and I said we were talking and everything, and I'd had dinner with his wife Maven one night at the Improv. Another friend of mine knew Maven. Maven is his wife's name, and I hadn't met Jay yet, and so we met. We had dinner and everything. I said, "Oh, by the way, you got a wonderful wife." I said, "I had dinner with her one night." He goes, "You what?" I said, "I had dinner one night with your wife." He goes, "Well, where was I?" I said, "I don't know. You out of town." He goes, "What?" And he come across and grabbed my shirt and started shaking me on the middle of the show. I was like, wait, some other people were there. I'm just like, I'm kidding. I mean, he was being funny, but that reminded me of the same thing. It's all very innocent, but the way it sounded on national TV, it didn't sound quite so innocent. So,
Right.
We had a lot of fun with it, but he never had me back on the show, so I don't think he was too happy. But anyway, that's just...
So you've been waiting.
All I know is she came down, and then she said, we were talking before I came down, and I think it was you told her to take her shirt and put it inside out.
No, that was her idea.
Oh, it was her idea. Okay.
I died laughing.
Man.
We were in the elevator and we come back down. We went. No, I'm gonna tell you more.
You went for tequila. I know what you went up there for.
Oh, okay. So the horses out of the barn. Yeah, they wanted some drinks. I had tequila up there, so I said, "Come on, I got some tequila." So we went up there, and I said, "I hope you don't get in any trouble for coming up here." She goes, "You know what? I should fuck with him. Just turn my shirt inside out and go, 'Hey, babe.'" I thought it was a great idea. So go ahead.
Exactly.
Now you see why I didn't let my wife go up to his room with him.
Oh, she didn't tell you?
No, she was, no offense. She was too busy chasing Olivier around all weekend.
Oh, did that guy have the women on him? Oh my God. Jeez.
It's the outfits, I think.
Yeah. He's very tall, good looking, square jawed. He has that great accent,
Oh, yeah.
Very calm, deep, mysterious,
Well, it was the Saturday night. Me, you, my wife, and Austin. You had an up and coming actress there that was with you in Virginia. Mm-hmm. We were all standing around talking, and Olivier came over and he was chatting with us. And he goes, "Oh, I'm going to bed." And me and Dawn looked at each other, and both the girls were gone. Where the hell did they go? They were following his ass to the elevator. I said, "Oh, that ain't happening."
And that was great. It was wonderful meeting all those people and everything. But I kept, I said, "What's up, Oliver?" He says, "It's Olivier." My neighborhood in the projects, we called it Oliver. If you'd have called yourself Olivier, you got the shit beat out of you.
So look at that. We just wasted 30 minutes talking about nothing. That's great.
That's my life story. Fuck. From the projects to Hocus Pocus. Damn, why you just diminished my life? I guess, it could be like me. I'm just going to be a little pile of ashes. Oh, by the way, the girls I train, I told them that I want them to take my ashes. And, especially one of my friends, Stiffy, she's, actually, I call her Ducci. And, okay, that's Italian. I didn't say douche.
Okay. I was like, that doesn't sound very nice.
Ducci,
right?
Sexy in Latin. Powder Ducci means little sexy. And so I told her she's in charge of getting all my ashes and putting them in like little lockets and rings or, chains that can carry me around for the rest of their life. And my wife happened to be there. She said, "Shit, I don't want you around me when you're alive. You think I want to carry you around when you're dead?" So, that's our idea. But
wow, that's great. That's great. But speaking,
hold back on me, like she does. No idea what I do. What I've done. I've done 2 movies and they were on Lifetime. That's the only 2 movies she's ever seen because they were on Lifetime. When I did the Fantastic Four, she was telling somebody. She said, "Yay!" I heard her on the phone. She says, "Yeah, he's doing something." She got a real heavy country accent. She goes, "Yeah, he's doing a movie. I think it's called The Fabulous Five. I'm not sure what the hell." Oh yeah, he did that other movie. Babe, what was that Halloween movie you did? I said, fucking Hocus Pocus. Oh, yeah, that's it. She's the only person that doesn't know the name of the movie. So,
Well, I actually watched that last night.
did you really?
Yeah.
Some guy, interesting enough, did a thing on Instagram, and somebody sent it. I didn't see it when he put it up on Instagram, and it was an actual. I don't know if you call them caricatures when it like really accentuates your features or
Yeah.
yeah. And so they did me and Sarah in the bus, and he did a great job. I mean, it was just terrific. And it was like I had this great jaw and everything, and it was just like some people sit down and take the time to draw me and Sarah in a picture. It's like so I reached out to the guy. I said, "Dude, thanks, man. I appreciate it." And he said this movie meant so much to me in my childhood. He just, I got 2 fan letters, one from a guy in Scotland and another guy in Ireland about 2-3 weeks ago, and talking about how much I affected their childhood, and was it a good way? But today. I mean, it's almost going to be 31 years coming up. And like I said, back when we did the movie, nobody had any idea, especially with the heat that was going on the set. And I'm not going to get into specifics because they're doing Hocus Pocus 3 in it. I like to be in it. So if I'm not in it, I'm gonna write a book. But
Hocus Pocus, you're gone.
Yeah. I tried to do the porn version of Hocus Pocus, Pokus, but I couldn't get cast. They said my tool wasn't good enough. So I saw the Insatiable tool, and they said you're definitely not that. So
sorry, we're looking for a real bus, not a mini bus.
We're looking for like somebody who's got a real bus, not that little fucking mini sprint van you got. So I reminds me of the first time we talked about the cold tubs and ball shrinkage.
That's right, we were.
Yeah. Because we talked about the Seinfeld episode where George got out of the ocean. He was naked, and the girls saw him. They were staying at the beach house, and they kept laughing at the size of his dick. He says, "It was shrinkage. It was shrinkage, for God's sakes." So then that's how I just told him I've been doing these cold, which I do. I still do my cold plunge. And it doesn't cause shrinkage that bad. So that's a myth. Anyway, not that anybody's interested in that.
The more you know. You learned it all here on Still Toking.
Right?
So I got a question. I got a question.
We're supposed to talk about balls and dicks, whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. I got stuff too.
All right, I got a question for you, Don. I mean, like I said, I just watched it last night.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's been many years since I watched that, and I watched it because I wanted to see the bus scene, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But was the line speed bump part of the script, or was that
Made that up?
You made that up. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Well, we were on an actual bus. Sarah and I were, and we had just met. Only did one night on the scene and one night on the show. And the first time I met Sarah, they were shoving it between the steering wheel and my leg. So,
Hello.
And I just sort of, now this is back before the PC shit. But I mean, this was Sarah Jessica. Now she wasn't a big star at the time. She'd only done one big movie at the time. It was called not Leaving LA. It was with Steve Martin. It was LA Story. And it was a comedy. And that's the only thing she did. She'd done a bunch of kids shows and everything. So I knew Bet and all them. So I was really trying to watch my P's and Q's. I knew I was like the last minute addition. So everybody's really watching me like, hey, why this guy get a job? So so Sarah scooches on in and everything. And it's a real bus, not the one, the one, it wasn't moving, the one we used in the scenes. When we shot the scene with her driving the bus, we're in a real bus and she's really driving. And I was working the pedals with my feet, and we're driving down Burbank. They had cleared the streets, thank God. And she had this big old steering wheel and she was driving it like this. And behind us weren't the other two girls. They'd gotten off the bus, but it was all of the Disney executives and the hair people. And it must have been 70 people behind us. So we driving, and we act like we hit a bump. No, I'm sorry, it was an actual board, so that we know when to jump. So there was a board, and we hit it, and the actual line is, "Whoa, I think I'm in love," and cut. So, the real bus driver gets in, backs the bus up, and everything, and the director comes up to me and says, "Don, we got a note from one of the Disney execs." He says, "I think that line's a little too much." He said, "Can you change it?" I said, "I'll take a song." So we go back, beep, beep, beep. Back, we take off on everything. She jumps up and goes, "Whoa, speed bump." So I was trying to use the double entendre of her jumping up and down on me, speed bump, log, dick, cock, frame it any way you want. So, so I still kept the double entendre, but they didn't know I did. And they said, "Oh, that's great. We love it. So that's what it became. So that's how that line became.
Nice.
But I made up all the other lines. I mean, most of the other lines, like I need one of these chemical instant ice packs because you girls are giving me a fever. There was so much air in the scene that when they were getting on the bus, and my first lines, "Bubble, bubble, I'm in trouble. Everyone, children, blah blah blah." And it was just, I said, "Kenny, there's a lot of air in here." He says, "Dude, say whatever you want." And I found out when we did the reunion in January, I finally met all the other cast members. I only worked with 3 girls, and the 3 girls that are all the other people that I met, we started comparing notes and stuff like that. And I said, "Yeah, most of my lines were improv." They went, "Your lines were improv?" I said, "Yeah, I'm writing them on the back of an envelope in my trailer." And they said, "Man, we had to stick to the script. I mean, just like just like it was the gospel." And so Doug Jones, who plays Billy, who is an absolute, oh my God, sweetheart of a man. If you ever get a chance to have him on your show, get him. He's a phenomenal guy. Now, you reach out to him. He'll take your call. He's a great guy. And tell him I said to do your show. And he's the only one, when the butterflies come out of his mouth, he yells "fucking bitch" or something like that, whatever, not fucking bitch, bitches or witches or whatever. And he improv that. So me and him are the only 2 that improv stuff in the whole movie, because Disney wanted him to stick to the script exactly where it was written. I don't know why they gave me carte blanche, but I was rolling. I had the dice thing in my head. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do everything with this double entendre. Everything's gonna have a double meaning, no matter what I say. So even in the deleted scene, there is. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the deleted scene.
No.
Which is, if you remember, they get on the bus, and the next thing you know, Sarah's on my lap. Well, it shows how she got on my lap, because they get on the bus and they go, ladies, this might be a magic bus, but I do need a token of your affection or something equivalent, por favor. And so Bet takes Sarah and throws her at me, and she goes, and she leans on the rail, and she goes, "Thou take me as a token of affection." And so, all the double entendres were there, but, and so that's what I was playing on. I played everything off of that. And so that, you're giving me a fever, blah, 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 stuff like that. So, hey, Buttercup, anybody tell you very easy on the eyes. I did all that shit, and Sarah just went with it. She was great. And I did another movie where I really didn't get to know her. We just said, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "Please forgive me if anything involuntary happens." I said, "I'm just apologizing." Well, I'm sorry. Anybody else going to tell me they don't have the fucking same reaction? They got Sarah Jessica Parker, I mean, jammed up on them, and then she got nothing on but silk between the steering wheel and you. Come on. We're all grown-ups here. So
that's a whole nother way of driving a bus.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say, she looked down and said,
Me and my wife have the rule we're not allowed to drive like that at all. I can't handle it. I miss red lights and stuff.
Right.
"Is that your broom handle?"
So I, I just got it out. I just said, look, and I think it helped me diffuse my nervous, of that happening. So, and she just kind of laughed and she said, "Oh, you funny." And, so we had fun within the scene, but we really didn't get to know each other. And then we did another movie, which is I'm sorry, because one of my best friend who discovered me on a plane wrote it. It's a real piece of shit called Dudley Do Right.
Oh,
I mean, but I did get to meet Brendan, who won the Academy Award for Best Actor this past year. And but we were in Vancouver for 3 months. So Sarah and I and the rest of us, all of us, we all bonded a lot in Vancouver. We spent Thanksgiving dinner together. We watched all the Yankee games together. So I really got to know her really, really good. She came to my wife's birthday dinner. It's just everybody was we just were together for 3 months, nothing else to do. And so she is an absolute I hope she gets everything she wants in this world. And I hope she continues to have complete success, because she was just nothing but an absolute queen and a princess to us, and she was just her and like 12 guys, there was no other women in the movie. And Matthew finally came to the rap party, got to meet him, an absolute gentleman. What a class act that guy is. So, I get some wonderful memories from that, some experiences and stuff like that. And 31 years, I've done stuff that was so much better than Hocus Pocus. I've done, TV series on True Detectives was much better than this, way better.
Oh yeah.
And the first TV series I did, Frank's Place, was way better than this. But this thing is still around, kicking, and I just,
It's amazing.
But the thing is even if I don't work again, because of whatever reasons, and I don't know what they are, but whatever, I still get to stay relevant, because I get all kind of Facebook requests for pictures and, autographs. And, when I go to conventions, y'all see how much fun I have at the conventions.
Right.
I get to do these shows like this. So, it's been great. And I want to thank you for having me on your show. I really do appreciate it. And also, I want to say this for all you still Toking fans out there. These guys actually changed the date of the show, I believe, to make concessions so I could do it, because the girls I train, we have class on Monday and Wednesday nights. And I think your show's on Monday night or Wednesday night?
Wednesday.
So,
we usually Wednesday.
Yeah. And when I told you that, I thought we just wouldn't be able to do it. And then you said, I'll change it. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I said, well, whatever you change, wherever you put it, I'll be there. So
You're a big name, Don. Big name.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I will say this about the show. I think there's only been 2 instances in the 4 years where I've pushed the show to a different night for a guest.
Really?
It was you.
Only 2. Yep. 2.
It was yourself, and the other was Tommy Chong. That's it.
Really?
I've passed on some pretty big names.
I believe it.
Because they just couldn't be here on Wednesdays. And our fan base, our fan base is Wednesday, but we had so much fun with you in Georgia and Maryland. No, Georgia and Virginia, correct? Were you in Maryland?
Maryland. That was somebody else that was wife. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
so, but we had so much fun with you over the summer that I said to Jeff, I said,
what are you talking about? Who else was?
I said, we got to change the night, man, because, and I know Leo couldn't be here because Thursday night is date night for him and his wife, which is fine. We pulled Jar Jar in, and I'm running the keyboard tonight, which is fine. I don't mind that.
You guys don't even need me tonight. Don is a wealth of storytelling. Like,
well, we just needed somebody else to offset the,
I'm
3
just
little squares. It's
face.
hard. We all are. Don's just took it. It's the Don Yesso show tonight, man. I'm going. Do it. Run.
And listen, let me say 2 things.
Oh, it's great.
First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And I really mean this. It's not obligatory. I mean this for you having me on my show. Because as you can tell by my personality, not a whole lot of people want to talk to me. Second of all,
you and I are so much alike, Don, it's not even funny.
We dinosaurs, baby. We dying out. So I feel sorry for you, and I'm happy for you at the same time.
When I watch Hocus Pocus, my favorite character, is no offense, but it's the talking fucking cat. I know I'm pretty well done.
Hey, I'm not fat. You know Doug Jones? You know,
he's
he's I have it on film. I said, I'm recording you that. I'm putting you on film saying that. When I first met him, he goes, Don. And I went to introduce myself. He goes, Don. And he grabbed me, gave me a big old kiss on the cheek. He said, oh my God. He was talking about my show. He goes, I tell people all the time when I'm doing interviews, they say, you know, like when they were doing Hocus Pocus 2 and they were doing the publicity for it. He says, they say, if you could have played any other character in the 2 movies, which one you played? He said, oh, without a doubt, the bus driver and Hocus Pocus. I said, you lying. He said, I'm dead serious. I said, I'm filming you. I'm getting it on record. And I did. And he did. And I put it on Instagram. I forgot where I was going with this shit. But anyway.
That's because we're dinosaurs.
Okay, wait. That's right. We dinosaurs. So, you know, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Like Doug Jones, we're respected by people like that. But then, you know, there's other people that don't. So, but you know what? Kind of don't. It don't really matter to me, you know. You know, it's just been fun. It's been a great ride. And let me go back to y'all interrupting when I was trying to be soft and sensitive. It's a struggle for me, guys. Come on, give me a break. I'm gonna get verklempt. I really mean it because I had a great time with you guys. It's for you to ask me on your show. I know you got a big following. I was happy with that. But then when you moved the show, I was like, because I just figured it was over. I was like, you know, like happened in my life, like this certain job, like a First Wives Club. I was supposed to be the chauffeur driver in there. Well, that wanted another script, and that went my job. It happened. You know?
There's a comment for you right there on the screen from my wife.
Oh yeah. You see, that's the one thing about being like me. You get to have some great jokes about you put out there. You know, I remember I tried to. I think y'all were in Georgia. And I was trying to mess with what's his name? Help me, the guy who's Candyman. I love
Michael Hargrove.
Michael Hargrove. He was up there and he was doing some. He was doing a talk, and I said, "Excuse me, I've got a question." He goes, and he ignored me. I said, "Excuse me, I got a question." He said, and he yells at me, he said, "Excuse me, did anyone in the building lose an old elderly man shuffling around? Please come collect him at the booth." And I just died laughing. I couldn't even ask my question. I just, you know, I have as much fun with people. You remember that when y'all were destroying me, you know, at the restaurant. I think it's the material.
Right.
And you know, so once again, kudos to you guys for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming. You know,
and I think there was
on the show that is.
Yeah,
all over the show.
Oh, is that what that dust was?
Yeah. It's like clapping two erasers together at my age. Just dust comes out. It's not much of jizz juice. It's more like just powder. Hey man, just get this coffee. No, you didn't. Okay. So I remember. So thank you for having me on here. And you know, when I do things like this, if you need to, I should have said this at the beginning. Just tell me, Don, shush, because I'll just get on a roll, and I'm like Trump. My mind just fires, and whatever shit comes out of my brain. Like I said, I don't have an edit button, so.
Right, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why one of the biggest reasons why we wanted you on the show, because we got to spend a lot of time with you backstage, during the conventions, at dinner, where the edit button was off.
Right,
there was no edit button, but when we did the panels, we had to keep it PG-13, and I was like, this guy needs to be on the fucking show, man, because he is amazing, and he's a riot.
Well,
you think you're funny. We wanted you to prove it.
What that? No, you did. You wanted me to find out what happened with your wife. Come on, let's be serious.
Well, yeah. I needed to get to the bottom of that one.
Yeah.
Or the top, whatever the case may be.
Oh, jeez.
So, are you guys?
Well, we already know that he drives a little minibus, so you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, the Sprinter.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Not a problem. You have a sliding door.
Oh no.
Do I have a sliding door?
Fine, you didn't get the joke. If you got to explain it, don't worry. Circumcised or not, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I almost just spent my.
Does your boy wear a cape?
Sliding door. Okay.
Has it got a cape on?
I'm just here for the yabos. Whoa, I love you. I love your audience. I love your audience.
Well, they love you because there's still a ton of viewers watching. Nobody dropped. Like it's going up as the show goes on.
They implode. That's what they're waiting. They say either the guy's going to stroke out or he's going to say something. The police going to show up or something. Yeah. People are like, going to see what the fuck happened. You know, they want to see if I'm going to explode out here. Like that.
So I got a serious question for you, Don. Serious question.
Hold
on. Okay.
Let me go to my internalness. Oh.
I'm too stoned to change
it. If there was any role that you could have, what would it be?
Somebody in any movie or play?
Anything.
Ooh.
Could be Broadway. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, I did what I wanted on Broadway. Probably some of the old stuff, like Al Pacino and Scarface. You know, I've always been a big fan of Al Pacino's. You know, the younger Al. I think he's mailing it in. It's a shame. I'd say Wick, John Wick. But the problem is, and don't
you'd be great in a movie like that.
You know, the thing is that Keanu Reeves is. We lost your friend. Oh, there he is.
Just wanted to be next to you.
Okay.
What the fuck happened? Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
No idea.
Let me take that. You know, I don't know if y'all agree with this. Do y'all like the John Wick movies?
Oh yeah.
I've only seen the first.
So I've seen all of them. Yeah.
So have I. And I like them to a certain degree. They're very entertaining. But the problem is, Keanu is a horrible fucking actor. Okay, Keanu, if you
wow.
However, let me put this caveat in there. There is nobody who could play John Wick other than Keanu Reeves. He just brings that non-acting thing that he does. So that's why we never pick a role like that, because I don't think I'm capable of being.
No. I can see you as.
I couldn't be that mannequin.
No, I can see you as like the concierge of the hotel.
Oh, yeah, no, I could do something like that. But I'm talking about like a role that I'd like to play Scarface. You know, you look at my little friend. You know, I did look like that would be so much fun. You know, y'all got time for that story?
Yeah.
You still got about 10 minutes, man. Go for it.
So when I was on Broadway, a good friend of mine, who's one of the most famous playwrights,
my notes,
is a guy named Israel Horovitz, and he was actually the father of Adam Horovitz, who was one of the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
Don't ask me what his name was in the Beastie Boys. I just know Adam. Ed Rock. Okay. And so Israel was a good friend. I did a couple of plays for Israel in Los Angeles and in Gloucester, Massachusetts. And so when I got the Broadway show, he said, you know, he lived in New York. He said, Donnie, I'm going to come by one night and watch the show, and we'll go have dinner. I said, okay. So Johnny Goodman happened to be at the show, who's a really good friend of mine. Johnny Goodman. I knew Johnny before Roseanne. I knew him before he became famous.
Wow, really? Okay.
Before he became famous. He was living in a studio apartment in West Hollywood when I first met him. And
write that down, Ben.
You saw me do that.
So we were sitting at Joe Allen's, a famous steak restaurant in New York. And the show ended like at 5:30 the Sunday matinee. And John, Israel, and I all went to dinner at Joe Allen's. So at 7, we finished eating. And John goes, I think that's Al sitting over there. And I had my back. And Israel goes, yeah, that is him. And John said, I'm going to go over and say hello. And I turn around. It's fucking Al Pacino sitting at a table with another woman. They having drinks. And John comes back and he said he wants us to come by after we finish eating. I was like, I'm done. And And then here's the twist of the story. Israel wrote a play called Indian Wants the Bronx. It was a very award-winning, it was a one-man show in New York. He hired an unknown actor who was 17, 18 at the time named Al Pacino. And it made Al a star. And that's how he got The Godfather, was from the critical acclaim he got on Broadway from Israel's play. So they both became famous together. So with all of that history I'm bringing you with, and John had just finished called Sea of Love with Al. So that brings you together with all of the history that was there. So we go sit in at the table. It's a round table. And Al was sitting here. I was sitting next to Al, Israel, John, and the woman was over here. We talked from 7 to 12:30 at night, all about acting. And I just was like under the table. I had a Woody. I mean, I had a fatty. And I was just in awe. Just so stuff. But however, he had just finished filming. It didn't come out yet. Y'all love this. If you viewers are listening, they'll love this. He just finished a movie called Scent of a Woman, where he's blind. He goes, John, you ever use cue cards? And John said, no, not really. I never, because of Roseanne and all. He said, we really, with the audience and all, it's kind of hard to do. He said, I did cue cards on Scent of a Woman. I eat them like Cheerios for breakfast now. And I went, what? Reads the cue cards in the fucking movie? And then I said, I need to go back and, watch this movie when it comes out. And if you see him, he's like this. Yeah, so what do you think we're going to do, Rob? And I forgot whatever the fucking guy's name was. And he turned his head. He looked at the other cue card. It was brilliant. He got an Academy Award for reading fucking cue cards. Because he changed his sight to the cue card. But he looked like he was blind. It was brilliant. And so, I was like, what a fucking piece of history that is, man.
That's right. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, oh my God. And I met Al a few more times after that on the street in New York. He'd just be walking up there and shuffling with his little kid. I say, hey, Al, how you doing? I met you with Israel. Oh, yeah, man. What's on? You need to remember me. But, yeah, I'd like to have done either Scarface or Michael Corleone. Yeah, I guess it's or Bobby De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Ooh. Yeah, there you go.
That would have been something for me to really sink my teeth into and chop. I don't think I would have been able to do it. Here's the irony of it. As a young man at his age, I don't think I'll be able to do it. Now at my age, as much as as visceral as I can get now, and as close as I'm connected to my instrument, I could do it now. But I'm too old. So, but anyway, that question. That was a long way to get a fucking answer.
Well, no,
Okay, no. Next time you ask Don to answer a question, make sure you got 20 minutes so he takes a breath. Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I think that after watching Hocus Pocus last night, and then I did a whole bunch of research on you. You've been in a ton of shit, and I think that your prime now.
Whole filmography, a bunch of shit.
A bunch of shit.
A ton of shit. A ton.
Well, there's all,
a metric ton.
But I think that you as an individual have developed, there's a character out there for you.
I agree with that.
At your age right now.
I agree with that.
And you are primed for.
I you know what? I so agree with that. When I see guys, okay, do you remember the show called Homeland?
Yeah.
Yep.
You remember Saul?
Yep. Yeah. The
fucking Saul like a ham bone, man. I would love to get a role like Saul. That's what I'm ready for it, man. I am ready for it. I just, like I said, societal changes.
He's got that Sean Connery Rambo look.
Right now, he kind of looks like Jean-Luc Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Picard is not to say anything wrong, but is he gay? Well, look gay.
I have no idea about that.
Okay.
He's got a lot of talk.
It's fun.
There's been a lot of talk about cock and balls tonight, Don. I mean, just saying.
Yeah,
he had a cock ring on. By the way, when I think you bike ride, all the gay guys out there wear cock rings. I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen on the bicycle. But anyway,
shrinkage.
No. You don't. No. It's you got it. It's ball rings, not cock rings. That's what's in today. Dude.
Oh, okay. Well, what's a cock ring? I learn something new every day.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to tuck your gonads through it.
I saw it on their cock. Was it like a fucking wedding band or something?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like a wedding band.
Yeah, they did, Dick. I'm just saying, as they walk by, and you know, your eyes kind of whoa. You know, you saw a ring on the cock. I thought it was a cock ring. Made sense to me. But it's
and that's why God invented
I
chickens.
don't call it ball ring if it's
That's why I got back to chicken.
what?
Fuck.
What?
Fuck. Chickens, dude? Really?
Wait, okay. So I do this ride every year. Me and a friend of mine go. It's called the World Naked Bike Ride. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this, but they do them in all the major cities around the world. It started in Portland. Portland has 30,000 naked bike riders. So they started one in New Orleans about 7-8 years ago. So me and my friend go down there and we ride all through the French Quarter. It's packed. It's packed. There's like 20,000 people lined up along the streets. It's like 4 or 5 deep in some areas. And it's most of the gay community, the LBGTQXYZ14 crew. And
It's a long name.
it's letters every day, so I'm trying to keep up with it.
I almost spit that out.
That's what she said.
So me and Mike go together, and Mike, Mike is a friend of mine, and most people say, "Are y'all a couple?" And we just kind of laughed. And the first couple times, I said, "No, we're not a fucking couple. We just see to ride bikes naked." And then somebody told us,
Yeah, what are you, crazy?
Yeah, what are you fucking nuts? Just because all y'all gay don't mean we are. I think we only do straight guys that are out there. They got couples that go out there that are like polyamorous. You ever heard of those? The polyamorous couples? Okay, those go out there, and the lesbians and the gays go out there, and there's a few trannies and the burlesque dancers. But I haven't met any other straight guys that were by themselves like me and Mike. So one girl goes, "Y'all not a couple?" I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, y'all allies." I said, "What the fuck's an ally?" She goes, "Y'all, you support the gay community." I said, "That's it. Bingo. We're a fucking ally. That's what we're."
I'm an ally.
Ally.
Sign me up.
So now when we go there, they say, "Y'all couple," said, "Nope, we're allies." So we got it all covered now. So we naked and we're allies. So and
That gives us our answer, Ben.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have we have so much. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have run around naked or walk through the streets of a city, operating city, completely naked.
No, I ran around the block once. That was about it.
Yeah, I'm talking about streaking. I'm talking about we could actually just saunter down the street and not get arrested, in front of like thousands of people. It's so fucking freeing. It's a joke. I mean, maybe this is me, but that, but I love it. I come home on a high. I'm so high after that. It's like going to a con. It's just great, So we talked about traveling to other cities to do it. He had the brilliant idea of doing the Burning Man thing in the desert. Well, after what happened this fucking year,
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
I get stuck in no fucking sand for fucking 4 days with no water, nowhere to piss or shit. So I ended that. So I said, pick something else, Mike. We got to do something else. We're always looking for shit to do. And he wanted to go walk the Pyrenees. I don't walk to my mailbox. I ain't walking the Pyrenees. So you know what that is? To walk the Pyrenees? Y'all ever heard of that?
No.
You can walk for like 7 days or something like that.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. In Spain. It's not my fault.
Running with the bulls.
I mean, I lived in Greece for 4 months. Being on new beaches for 4 months. That's fun. Walking the Pyrenees, that's fun. So, but anyway, so y'all need to come to. Y'all should do a show from the naked bike ride. Actually, that'd be fun. You could have a bunch of blue dots everywhere. The titty rings, the titty nipples, the clit slits, and
Oh boy.
What do they call them things when they pierce their clits? The spear clit spear.
Sure.
Yeah.
They have a name for it?
They got to.
I thought it was a handle.
Is it what?
I thought it was a handle.
Just pick her up by it.
Handle, do not pull. But
yeah, like a grenade.
Yeah, but
pull here, dies.
Oh my god.
Lots of pierce shit. I saw a guy with his dick pierced. I have no idea what purpose it serves. I don't know how he gets hard, but once again, He had his dick pierced. So, I know people pierce anything these days, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I had my ears pierced when I was younger. That was bad enough. But y'all got anything pierced on y'all?
Not anymore.
Be honest.
I used to. I had my ear pierced once.
Okay, nothing below the neck?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got
I had
my
my
nipples
tongue
pierced.
done.
What you
when I
got?
was a kid.
I got my nipples pierced.
You did?
Yeah, they're still pierced.
And how was that?
Yeah, it was fine.
He's getting old. It's so I can revive him with a battery. Zap.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, did you do it for cosmetics? Did you do it for sensual purposes?
He didn't
Well,
like
no,
how his
actually.
nipples looked.
So, to break it down real fast in a short story, I used to have a tattoo artist that would come to my house and literally tattoo for 3 days. So I'd have family members and stuff come over, and I would videotape certain people getting tattooed, like rib cages or under the arm, where it really fucking hurts. And somebody made a comment and said, "How come we never see you getting tattooed?" I said, "Because I don't feel the pain." And they're like, "That's bullshit." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll prove this. I will videotape my artist, who's also a body piercer, piercing both of my nipples simultaneously. And I won't even fucking flinch." And I videotaped it. I laid there.
Is it supposed to hurt?
Boop, done.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it supposed to hurt? I don't know.
It's a pinch. It's a pinch.
It's supposed to hurt, but
I mean, when I did my ears, it didn't hurt. It bled.
No.
I was just kidding. No, I'm not being, cynical.
Yeah.
I'm curious if it's supposed to hurt. Seemed like
no,
it.
I just
All right. So all right. Let me know when you're gonna get a cherry tattoo to the tip of your dick, and I'll think
hell,
feel no pain.
Nope. You better go to the cold tub and it won't freeze up or anything.
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
No. If I ever get anything tattooed there, it's just gonna say acetaminophen.
Okay.
That way, when she says I got a headache, I'll say I got it for you.
Oh, Andrew Dice,
so-
I'm gonna be here all week. Try to choke pork chop.
No, if I got a tattoo there, it would say I'm done.
My wife said no. I got to get a shovel tattooed.
A shovel.
Now, if I understand correctly, the only way that would work is if you have to have a hard on so that you can read the whole tattoo. But how do you keep a hard on while they tattooing you? I never quite figured out, because when it shrinks, obviously you can't read the tattoo.
Right.
So, I mean, do y'all know how that works?
Research that. The little blue pill.
You can figure it out.
On the next Still Toking.
On the next Still Toking. Tonight we talked about shrinkage. On the next one, episode 2 with Don Yesso, we're going to talk about the erection.
Still stroking.
Still stroking.
Well, there is stuff. There is stuff that my friend Mike, he's a pharmacist, and he makes a thing called the soup. And what it is, it's a little insulin needle, and you draw a little bit of this fluid, and you take the base of your dick and you shove it right in that tendon at the base of your dick, and you squeeze the insulin syringe with the fluid into it. Boom! You could look at a brick wall and you could fucking drill right through it. And, it's so I mean, it's just amazing shit. So if you guys need anything, we can ship y'all some. But they call it the soup because when people come into his place, they don't want to say, "I need the erectile dysfunction, super gel." So they say, "Can I have order the soup?" And they go, "2 soups," and that way nobody gets embarrassed.
And now I think of Steinfeld. There's no soup for you.
No soup. Soup Nazi.
No soup for you.
But and he sells a lot of soup too. And they have the wives. That made me think of it when you said I'm finished. A lot of wives coming by for their husbands. Some famous people too coming in. But
so if you need soup, folks, just look up Don on
I'm
Facebook.
looking. I'd be looking. I ain't shoving no needle in no fucking place.
Covered erectile dysfunction. Anybody got any urination problems or anything? We're getting old. Everybody's okay. Okay, all right.
No, everything's working right so far. I'll keep you in mind, though.
Okay, good. Listen, we got shit down here. We can picture, man. We got looks.
No, I was thinking about looking into that little they take one of your testicles out and put in a little pump, so you can just blow the fucker up.
Really?
Yeah, you just pump it and it blows the fucker right up.
No shit.
Okay, y'all,
If you overpump,
You know, like a
does it
balloon.
y'all some sick motherfuckers. Jesus, man, don't encourage him. Wow.
Quit pressing it. Quit.
Oh my God. Oh, I can see his wife. Like she went pump that thing up like crazy.
Left ball go, oh, right ball go, oh, dick go, bang.
I don't know, inflate this thing.
How did we get here?
It was Dawn's fault.
Where is BT, by the way? She's not gonna make an appearance?
She's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell it. She's upstairs. I know she's watching because she's in the chat. She said that she zapped. She bent over to give me a kiss one night, and she wears her dad's Italian horn around her neck. Since he passed, and she bent over, and the horn hit my nipple ring and went. Zap! I was like, "Ooh!" So yeah, it does kind of hurt on occasion.
That's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. See that? I mean, not that I was going to get one, but I just want to put that.
She's running. I hear her running across the floor. Here she comes down the stairs.
Yeah, there she comes.
She put her on. Hey, what's up, BT?
What's up? I can hear.
Oh, you can't hear me? Get in.
I can hear you.
Viewers want to see you, BT. Come on, you want to know who BT is? Get in there. Move out the way. Where are you going?
I'm still on.
I don't know. She's fucking up my green screen and shit. Look, now it's all.
Sorry.
It's all. Fuck. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah. See how she fucked up my green screen. It's all fucked. Get out of my light.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Nowhere. Hey,
The background's just gonna fall in.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, when she's watching and you say where is she, you can't say that. I heard her fucking running across the house, man.
Tell you what, that gal was so
that's
much
the baby.
Oh my god. I mean, talk about funny. God damn, she's funny. I mean, you know what? Those couple of nights we spent in that Mexican restaurant with those margaritas. I mean, for hours in there. I didn't look behind me because I don't want to see how many patrons we ran out. But
we cleared them. We cleared them out a few times. I'm sure.
It was just
we literally took the place over.
No, but it was just joke after joke after joke, and your wives were just fitting right in and coming right in. I mean, they were right in the flow. It was like, it was like boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was like circling firing squad, man. It was just you had to just keep up. And
yeah, you were the brunt of it.
Yeah, and I was the brunt. Exactly. The bullets would stop here and they'd go back around the other way and hit me on the other side. You know what? I enjoyed it just as much as anybody else. So, yeah.
Right.
You know,
so we are running out of time.
Okay.
So we'll keep you for like what? A couple more minutes.
Up to you. I mean, I don't care. I got plenty of subjects to talk about. We're going to move on to hemorrhoids if y'all want.
Now that's a subject.
All right. So all right. I've got a question for you, Don.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, do you believe in?
No.
Not the supernatural. I'm gonna say like the aliens, the Bigfoot. Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
No, not the Bigfoot, but
not the Bigfoot.
No, if I believe,
because you got a little dick.
Yeah, right. Hey, I tell you what, I'm 5 and 15/16 from taint to tip, so that's not too bad.
Fuck.
You measure way back.
It all goes in, dude. If you got a big enough hammer, smash it all the way in there. Damn the clit, all the way in. I'll teach you one day, Superman. But no, whether I believe what BT said. Did BT
what did BT say? Oh, I asked her where my granddaughter was because she said she ran down here because the baby's upstairs. I said, well, who's watching the fucking baby? She goes, her mother's upstairs. They're watching you on TV.
Kind of people. Anyway, no. Let me say this. I don't talk religion because I was raised I almost went to the seminary at one time. So I've come a long way from the way I was raised. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm at now because nobody gives a shit. However, I do find it interesting that you brought up the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, about a supreme being and all that. Now, I don't know if I believe in them like that. However, I find it hard to not believe that they haven't visited here or been here already. I mean, just look at the pyramids. Look at the Aztec society. How did these people? We were not even smart enough to do that shit today. They moved 50-ton rocks across the desert. We'd have a hard time doing it with the monster cranes we got. So yeah, it's just a little, just a little weird for me. That and the Mayan ruins and the calendars, and I'll leave it at that. I wouldn't be surprised. Put it that way.
Okay.
This verse is so.
Well, I like to ask that question because the way that I look at it is that and everybody's been taught that the universe is infinite and there's millions and millions of planets out there.
Right.
And for us to consider ourselves to be the only intelligent life out there is fucking conceited.
It's arrogant. It's totally arrogant.
It's arrogant.
Totally gay.
Okay.
And that's what it became about religion. It's like, wait a minute, your God's the only way to heaven? What about those other 3,000 gods? They fuck, they go into hell. So anyway, it's so to stop to think that we're the most intelligent species in the universe. It's like what, 100 million galaxies, and there's like 10 trillion stars, which each represents a planetary system. Come on,
Right.
Right.
Right. I mean, honestly, I think man is dumber than a stump. So
Absolutely. Well, and I believe we only use 10% of our capacity of our brain. So until we really actually can access the whole thing and truly understand what's going on, we don't even know what's going on at the bottom of our ocean. Okay, we're so fucking smart. We don't even know what's at the bottom of the goddamn oceans, much less what's in outer space. So, to think somebody's got all the answers and stuff like that, and I think that, and once again, please, this is not up for debate for an argument, but to say that God is the answer, that's because you don't know the answer. That's why you're saying that to me.
That's because everybody needs something to believe in.
No. I get that. I totally get that. For that, kudos. If that's
to me, it's Bigfoot.
There you go. If that's big, if those 10 toes make you sleep good at night, then God bless you.
Well, there's 11, so.
Well, 11. I guess he saw him. I didn't. But then, it comes to the day. I finally, after soul search, I think that's why I'm really ready for my own role. It's that I finally realized that, it's like the old adage, you come in here alone, you leave alone. And in between, all you got is yourself in actuality.
Right.
So I finally said, you better start believing in you, Don.
Yep.
Before you worry about trying to figure out what else is out there. So that's where I'm at. Because I'm the one that gets me up every morning. I'm the one that makes my feet move. I'm the one that makes me be happy. I'm the one that makes me have fun. I'm the one that pays the bills. So I got to start with me first, before I start relying on something else. That's just
well said.
If I cross the line.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I think as men in this world, and women, but I think because men control the world right now, I don't know, 50 years, maybe women will control them. If they do, maybe they can figure it out. And I don't really care. But, as a man, as right now, as for now, we're the patriarchs that quit being a victim and leaning on something else. The buck stops here with you and you and you, and man up. That's all I can say. I mean,
somebody once told me it's hard to believe in anything else when you can't believe in yourself first.
Oh, you see? Now, I didn't know that, but that's how I think.
Right.
So I had to go back and I had to turn everything back into me. And I was like, okay, I got to, Jesus Christ, I'm really insecure here. I got low self-esteem. I didn't know it. I thought it was fine. So about 10, 12 years ago, I just started saying, let's go to work, man. I got my hard hat out. I'm having a blast. So, I'm having a blast. I mean, as you guys, look, I walk the walk. You guys spent 2 cons with me. So,
yep.
Right. Yep.
And we do the same thing.
Yeah, I know y'all do. I just, you know what? I'm gonna put a period on that because I don't want to piss anybody off.
Yeah, no,
There
you're
you
good.
go.
Yeah. So that was my last question for you.
That was it.
Jeremy, Jar Jar.
Uh,
Come on, Jar Jar.
Yeah, before I
What's
get
up,
to even
Jar
ask
Jar?
questions,
Where the hell are you, by the way, Jar Jar? What is that? Is that your like doomsday tunnel you're in or something? What you think?
all right. I have to explain this all the time. So it's an attic, and it gets really hot in here, and all this stuff usually I have like all my collectibles and stuff usually hanging, but I wasn't expecting it to get so hot, and with how hot it gets, some of the stuff was bending, so I decided to take it down until actually probably soon I'm going to be putting it all back up.
So what the hell is hanging up there? What is all that stuff?
Oh, that's all just plastic clips. So that I can hang like the comics in them and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jar
Do you
Jar.
play like Hellraiser and like tie yourself up on the
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
It's
Holy
funny.
fuck.
I was on a video call with my doctor earlier, and he said the same thing. He's like, "Are you in a space station or something?"
It's very odd looking. It's very high pitched.
It is.
Yeah.
I have to walk down the exact center of the room so I don't smash my head on anything.
Underground. You sure you're not underground?
No.
Okay.
Bunker.
Okay to be paranoid. That's okay.
I'm a little paranoid.
I'm kidding.
You know the world we live in. You got to be paranoid.
Look, listen. You know what? I tried that. It didn't work for me. But if you all, God bless you. You know, I tried that. Fuck, I sleep good. I sleep 9 hours every night. I'm fucking happy.
No paranoia, determination.
Yeah, I just.
There you go.
If the world blows up tomorrow, you know what? I had a great run. I hope they keep a copy of Hocus Pocus somewhere. Fuck it. So
Right.
yeah.
They got one on Mars on the PlayStation.
Four of us geniuses here talking about the world, ain't they? You think we would change anything about tomorrow? No.
Nope.
No.
So let's just go on and talk about shit we want to talk about.
That's right. That's what we did.
That's why I take politics and religion off, because so much of the world is based on it, the outside world, that the girls know when they come in my garage, those two subjects are off. So all we talk about is just fun shit. That's all we talk about. Nobody goes. No, you would think the world was a big kumbaya place if you walked in my.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I'm gonna live. I'm in the third act, guys. I did the first two the other way. I'm gonna try and go out in the third act on this way. So we'll see. Maybe I'll still be around next year to do your show if you have me back. I'll be pretty arrogant of me saying I'll be back next year. But anyway, who knows? Maybe
Well, like I said,
three.
I want to get together and hang out. Is what I want to do.
You need to come in the bike ride and bring BT with you.
There you go. Naked bike ride.
She'd be here. Oh, y'all would have a blast. See, y'all wouldn't have to be allies because you got your wives. But you can call me and Mike. We're allies. I'll send y'all a link to it. It's a hoot, man. I'm telling you. The only problem is it's hot as shit when they have it. It's in June because they try and coordinate all the bike rides at the same time all around the world. And June 10th happens to be where it falls in New Orleans, and it's hot as shit, man. So other than that, it's a blast.
Well,
we should do naked stand-up paddleboarding.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm in for it. Listen, I mean, I'd try it all.
Stroke.
Stroke it.
You can paddle. I mean, you can ride. You can row. You can do whatever you want there. Oh, we lost somebody.
I think Ben's trying to end it.
No, it's not me.
StreamYard.
How did we do tonight? Did we lose a lot of the Democrats, or did we lose?
No, we're actually growing in viewership still. So I don't fucking understand it at all. People are like on the phone. You gotta watch this one, man. Holy fuck!
I would tell you it's because it's funny. It's like what's the words? I'm trying to articulate this properly, but it's like when you see somebody, not like me, but like Dice Clay. The reason why I became so famous was because his material wasn't that funny, but it was so outrageous that talking about Little Miss Muffet when sitting in her tuffet, a dick up her ass. It's just like, fuck, this guy's crazy. So people get attracted to something that's a little different. I think maybe I'm a little. I don't know.
No, I
Like
think you're
said,
right. I think that's why we've been so successful over 4 years to the platform that we're on now.
That's a
Is
good point.
because
That's a good point.
it's not a standard Q&A show.
It's a good point. It's a real good point.
You know, it's nothing we do is fucking normal.
Yeah.
You know that, anyways.
Right.
So-
No, I've seen you guys work your booth and everything. You guys are terrific. Look, now I see why y'all so successful, and that's why y'all continue doing the touring. Now, do y'all slow down for the holidays, or y'all just keep rolling right through the holidays?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it slows down, over the winter, probably from like mid-November till March.
February. Well, February, because now we're starting to book shows in February.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's true.
Shows. Big book show. Let me do a shameless plug here. There's a book that was supposed to come out in September, but I think it's going to release it in January. It was commissioned by Disney by a Rolling Stone writer. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. Really sweet gal. We did a Zoom interview. Anyway, it's called Hocus Pocus in Their Words. And she called every person that was in the movie and has a chapter dedicated to them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Two-
cool.
Yeah, and it's supposed to come out in the spring. So when they get it, I'm gonna try and get some copies. I already asked about getting some copies because I was gonna bring them to the conventions if they would release it in September. She was gonna come to some of the conventions,
Mhm.
and they told her, no, we're gonna hold it out. She's like, she's disappointed, of course, because it's gonna be a #1 bestseller, and it absolutely shoots the #1 on the bestseller list. And so she's disappointed because she's looking for the next gig. So, which I didn't blame her. But when the book comes out, maybe y'all can have me on and we could do a book promotion. I'll send y'all one. Maybe I can read it ahead of time. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. What the fuck do I know? And if I get in Hocus Pocus 3, I'll tell y'all about some behind the scenes shit. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
See, I think we're gonna have Don on as a special co-host.
You're right.
We'll get him on as a co-host.
be-
We'll
yeah,
fuck
that would
with
be
some
great.
people.
I'll be like Jar Jar Jr.
There you go.
So, Jar Jar, do you have a question for this gentleman? I know you had a whole list.
I every time I went to ask something, he already answered the stuff.
Jar
The
Jar,
last
come on.
the last of the crap that I got is like let's see, they petitioned him to be in the second movie, but how is that feeling?
Right.
That-
I didn't start the petition, but a lot of my Hocus Pocus fangirls did. And they had over 1,000 signatures. All of us, like I said, when we got together in January, we were all in a van riding to dinner and everything. We were all like, did you get it? They might reach out to you. Did anybody ask you anything? And everybody's like, oh, no, not us. And we're all trying to figure out, it's like, like they could have had like, Danny and Omri, like dropping their kids off at school, and they could have had me driving an Uber. Some cameos or something. It just would have been hysterical.
Yeah.
But
That
nobody
was a
had
big mistake.
I
It was
like
a
the
big
thought of
mistake.
you driving the Uber. That's kind of funny.
That wasn't my idea. She was one of the fangirls, which I thought was
Wow.
hysterical because I
Yeah,
retired
that's great.
and I'm driving Ubers now. Can Disney not be as smart as my fangirls? I don't know. But none of us in the van, except for Billy, he was in it. None of us in the van could figure out why we weren't in it. So,
Well,
See, now
They're lost.
I could see Hocus Pocus 3, you being the grumpy old fucking man on the bus,
yeah, I could.
giving the bus driver shit
Right,
about
right.
how to drive the bus.
That's funny. That's funny. See, why doesn't Disney think of like funny?
watch out for the speed bump.
And that's really funny stuff. That's very funny. I'm laughing on the inside. But the thing is that how come Disney's not that smart? Okay. No, I'm not gonna say.
It's all about this.
Yeah, how about that?
It's all about the money.
Who we're gonna appease?
Yep. Oh, if
Well,
we do
I will
that, we
say
might
this.
piss
I
somebody
do
off.
wanna say
I will say this. I do have a little glimmer of hope, and I didn't mean to
Okay.
interrupt you. Is that I
No.
saw Victoria's Secrets decided they're going to not do the wokeness show this year. They're going back to sexiness. So maybe maybe things will. Listen, I'm all for everybody working, everybody, but let's keep the roles where they need to be. You know, I mean, like say, if True Detective would get made right now, there would be a transvestite police superintendent, or running, being Matthew and Woody's boss. You know, if it were done today, thank God we did it back then. You know, they still wanted an old white guy. So maybe things will start to, balance out a little bit. We'll see.
Right. So I want to say this for Disney, if you're listening, which you're probably not, because we ain't worth that.
Well,
Don't even get me started.
We watched Hocus Pocus. Like I said, we watched Hocus Pocus last night. Obviously enjoyed the shit out of it. I hadn't seen it in 20 years.
Good for you.
And then my wife's like, "Oh, well, there's a Hocus Pocus 2. Let's watch that." And I said, "Absolutely fucking not."
To be honest with you, I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to comment on whether it's good or not, because that wouldn't be fair.
Well, I didn't want to be forced to make an opinion, so I just said no.
I think that's why I stay away from it, because I don't want people to say, "Have you seen 2?" and something be reading on my face. But I have had. Now I don't know. We're at conventions, and I don't know if people are just being nice or trying to have something to say. But I'd say 85 to 90% of the people, I don't ever bring it up. I never say, "Have you seen the second one?" I never, ever bring it up. There's no reason. And they'll go, "Oh, I saw it too. Oh, I hated it. I liked it. It was okay." Unsolicited. But I'd say 85, 90% of them didn't like it. Now, I don't know. Now, once again, they're talking to me. Could their statement be jaded and they're just trying to make me feel better? I don't know. So I take that with a little, grain of salt. But that's the feedback I've gotten. So,
well, if they did a 3 and brought you back, it would do a lot better than 2.
Well,
that's my personal feeling.
Well, I think if they brought everybody back, it would.
Well, exactly.
Even if you did a movie with just fucking cameos, it would do better than 2.
Exactly.
They released 3 with all originals in it, and I don't care if you put 2 in it or not. But even if you put the whole cast of 3 in the whole movie, I'm telling you what, you do 500 million at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, they just released it nationwide in all the theaters across the country last weekend. You're talking about a 31-year-old movie getting nationwide releases in the country. Shit,
Right.
COVID or whenever they released it.
You could be the angry old fucking dude driving the bus. When they open the door, "Get off my fucking bus!"
I think all of that is hysterical. Anything you put me in, I'm gonna make it funny. I even thought about a spin-off movie. Not me being a star, but like say I got a son, a hot son. He's got a cute kid. Make the movie about them, and I happen to be their daddy that keeps talking about some witches from the past. In the whole movie, I mean, it's about maybe the father. There's so many they could do a series like that.
What do you call it? Hokey Pokey?
Yeah,
Hokey Pokey.
That's the porn version.
Turn yourself around, damn it.
That's the porn version that I didn't get. I auditioned, and I guess I didn't poke good enough. So, you threw me real. Okay, I'm back. My crystals. There's tons of stuff now. And I asked the girl who wrote the novel when we talked in October, I think, or maybe it was end of September. She says, "I guess they're waiting for the release of 3." I said, "Well, do you know what the release of 3 is going to be about?" He says, "They are so tight-lipped over there." She said, "Now she wrote the book on the goddamn movie, and they won't tell her what anything. They won't even tell her what the synopsis would be."
Huh.
So, no, all I know is that the 3 girls are in it, and that's it. So who knows? And you know what? I do not think about it one day unless I talk to somebody like you about it.
Right.
Not something that crosses my mind at all. And if I hear they make it and I don't get a call, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting a cold tub and I'm going to the gym. Same as I always do.
That's it. Shrinky dink works every time.
There you go. Perfect.
Brings it right back around.
It's like
on that note,
right? Bring us out, Ben.
What's that animal that grows their parts back, their limbs back? Is it a lizard? No, it's not a lizard. Come on, guys. Come on, Jar Jar. You should know this.
Lizards will grow their tail back.
The chameleons.
No, grows limbs back. Salamander.
Salamander.
Yep.
I'll be like a salamander.
So, but yeah, on that note, So Don, when you're not doing amazing shows like this,
You really think go with the numbers, or you just bullshit? Oh,
no,
yeah.
man, the numbers are still pretty good.
Be honest with the viewers. Come on. See, I'm being transparent. It's the new word. Transparent. Okay, so let's be transparent. Jojo, what you looking at, Jojo?
Oh, I don't get to see the numbers.
Oh, okay.
Ben gets only the purse hosting. Gets
The host.
he gets to see all the because he's got
the graph. How did you do? Did we do like this?
No, we started off like this, very like not slow, but it was a slow rise, and then
Okay.
it spiked.
Oh,
And
where did we spike? Do you remember when that was?
Oh, we spiked about 5 or 6 minutes into the show.
Do you remember what we were
And
talking
then-
about? Spiked? I'm just curious.
I think it was cock and balls.
Okay.
And we spiked, and then we plateaued,
viewers
and
really
we
like
stayed. And we literally stayed viewership like that, and then it spiked a small spike again about
Talk about
40
that.
minutes in. And
You see, you
I
should
don't-
go back and look at the spikes and figure out what we were talking about and put it in your next program. So you do a
There you go.
demographics.
there you go.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, when you're not on tour and you're not filming, where do you like interacting?
Wait, y'all disappeared. Am I
No,
still?
we're
I
still
put you
here.
full screen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I only see me. So if I'm
That's right.
That's I know. I put you full screen
okay.
because you're going to talk to all the fans real quick, and you're going to tell them where, if they want to chat with Don Yesso, how can they chat with Don Yesso? Where do you like to interact with fans?
Okay, hold on a second. I hope this don't click off. Oh no, it's gonna click off. Ah shit. You guys can go to Facebook and look up Hocus Pocus bus driver, and that's my official Facebook page. There you can order photos of the three sisters and myself, or a model busboy picture. Also, message me if you want to order one. I do videos on there. You can look from past videos I've done about things about behind the scenes of Hocus Pocus. I'm also on Instagram. I don't have no fancy handle. I'm just Don Yesso. Sorry, I don't have nothing cute. But and that's it. You know, I'm pretty accessible. I mean, really. So, you know,
So
I'm not.
I will say real quick to all the to people watching and listening, all that information that he just gave you is in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. So if you can't remember it, just check out the show notes. You'll find Don.
Yeah.
So Jar Jar.
Good, Jojo.
got not
Well-
much going on, so pretty much check out the re-education of Nancy Ann Ritter, which has now 3 episodes out. Beyond that, just sitting around.
Okay then.
Facebook.
That was
I don't know. Come check me out on Facebook. I don't know.
wow.
Oh, so I did want to congratulate you, Jar Jar, on the show with Nancy. I think that's fucking fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait a
You
minute.
know,
So Mariah Simmons Wallace, shout out to your daughter, because obviously she's got a motor busboy picture. Good girl. She's very smart.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I just saw it on your thing. It popped up. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
You know what I just did?
As far don't ever Google me. You don't want to know me personally. Other than Toking with the Dead. That's kind of like pseudo me. Is it pseudo me? Sort of, kind of. Just go to Facebook. Go to Toking with the Dead. Follow us on YouTube. Still Toking with. Yeah. I guess
Mariah
it
Simmons.
is what it is.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
She's
We're in the
blushing
show
now.
notes too, I think. Aren't we? Are we in the show
Up
notes?
above and
If you
down
haven't
below.
bought our fucking book yet,
Oh, yeah.
buy the fucking book. Go to Amazon. Look up Toking with the Dead. Get the goddamn book. The fuck's the matter with you people? Huh.
Damn.
Wow. Did somebody pee in his fucking Cheerios?
You just come from a Palestinian protest or something?
He had to go there. It took an hour and 40 minutes, but he went there.
No, without saying it. Shit.
So
You know
it's all
what?
good.
I ask for your forgiveness. It's better to ask for forgiveness than
You don't have to ask for my forgiveness. I ran the disclaimer.
and listen, that was not political. I was strictly going for a joke. Anybody out there
That's
that just
You're good, man.
that was strictly a joke.
Right. So Dawn, just hang tight while I close the show, and I'll let you know when the stream's ended, and then we can jump off.
Okay.
But yeah, so like Jeff said, Toking with the Dead, stilltoking.com. That's the website. Everything you want to know about us is on there, including all these past episodes that we've done with interviews. They're everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, IMDb. Red Coral Universe is now streaming us, which is a new streaming OTT. So check them out. But to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out of here.
Okay, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
LSU is playing Army this weekend. They painted both ends of the end zone camouflage and respect out of the Army cadets that'll be playing in Tiger Stadium tonight. So I'm very proud of the school LSU
Nice.
for doing that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Nice.
like I said,
We will see you next week.
next week we'll be back on Wednesday.
Oh.
And we have Brian O'Halloran coming on. So stay safe. Brian
coming?
O'Halloran.
Outstanding.
He wasn't supposed to be here
From
today.
Clerks.
Yeah. So